Hello and welcome. Right, okay, so why is my recording window suddenly gone really small? A little bit odd. It is. Make this full screen and make sure that we've got it. Isn't that weird? Just gone out and come in. And this is obviously a brand new start. No one has got the ability at the minute to actually do anything other than base game. So start from scratch. This is a real toughie. Yeah, I wanted this to be a bit different. Just check my recording window to make sure that I'm actually recording the full screen and I'm not missing anything. I'm missing it. Yeah, not quite seeing the escape. 1 second. Let me just adjust this. Apologies. Yeah, but I've got to get this right, otherwise it's just no points at all. But little. Why is it doing it odd? Why is that not pulling everything? Now that looks like it's getting everything. Just check one more time. I might cut this out, some of it, because it's a bit messy. Yeah, it's doing everything. Just check that my recording settings are as they should be. Should be outputting to 4K. Recording. Video should be 4096 2160. Yeah, real full 4K. I've no idea why all of a sudden the window has changed. Right, okay. Apologies for that. Yeah, I thought this one was going to be a different start than all of the others. And I thought I can't start with any less than 100,000. That is the minimum, and there's no way I can dump the money at present. So it is what it is. So I've got a bit of a leg up I wouldn't normally have. Now then, let's have a look at what is in the sales. Oxbow. Well, right at this precise minute, there's absolutely nothing that's of any use to us whatsoever. Well, I've been given a treasure map. I thought I'd try this. See if we can find some treasure, some of the golden apples that should be around. I do know where some of them are because obviously I actually did play Zielonka, but this is, I don't know if they're in the same place. This is me coming out on a limb and just seeing whether or not we can find it. I'm going to time lapse it because I really don't want to be spending hours or spending hours of your time on the laboriously driving because there's no guides to this as of yet, as far as I'm aware, on finding the golden apples. So, yeah, and I am on Shanks's mare, and I've got no player speed or anything like that. So, yeah. So I am going to say my words. I hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And yeah, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, this is a recording after the fact because my microphone made one last mistake and I'm not willing to put up with it. So this is back to my good toner. Right, yeah, we've finished our treasure hunting and we've got 205,000, but it's yeah, we've. The one thing I'm just going to say is that I haven't looked at any videos. I haven't cheated. I know that most of them are in yards. This was literally done just with me. I've sped it up so it's not too boring. But I wanted to do a different start. But I didn't want to treasure hunt where I'm looking at someone's video and treasure hunt. I think we've got 20 odds left. I know where there's about 10, so I've obviously missed some of the ones that you're supposed to find, and they are the one thing I was saying was they are okay, they're made to be found easily, sort of, but each one I found was quite amazing in so much as it was hidden in a completely different way, even though, sorry, I might have just clocked my tone and mic, yeah, even though they're sort of easy to find, they're not, yeah, they're not identical. There's not two in the same place or anything like that. Got autosave on, so now what are we going to do? Yeah, now I've been on this map before, obviously with Zielonka. We're going to buy this slot. It's one of the cheapest, but also centrally located. This is going to be our farmyard, and if you look across the road, it's not an awful lot smaller than the actual farmyard. So we've got a lot of trees on it. Well, they can be chopped down. I did that in the real one too, so it's a start from scratch. We had 100,000, now we've got 205. It's base game, so this is going to be tough. Even Zielonka had all of the mods. This has got no such thing. With total base game, totally expensive prices, hard economy. Just change the things over to euros. So this is going to be a real battle, and I wanted it to be different to anything I've sort of done before, although we've all seen it. Contract starts, I'm not exactly wanting to do a contract start really. I thought there were more golden apples in that place. Yeah, now I thought there were a couple, and I'm sure there's one near the shop, but I can't find it. Yeah. So I know where there's a few others. We'll go hunting, but I didn't want to go all over the map just on my legs, as in walking, because it's a big map. Yeah, there's a lot to cover. So I covered mainly the area where the houses are, which is where most of them are. But I also know where there's at least another 7 or 8. I'm sure there's got to have been one at the biogas plant, and also that other massive plant, but I could not find it. I even went climbing and everything. So yeah, my mic sort of made a lot of hissing. So yeah, I've been threatening to get the toner down for a few episodes, but this is it. It's ruined an episode, my first episode. So yeah, it's a matter now of leaving it alone. Yeah, right. So what I'm doing is I'm listening to what I'm originally saying in my headset whilst I talk to you and translate. Yeah, I'm sure I am right though. I do think there was one in the farmhouse somewhere, but I could not find it. I'm sure it was there. Yeah. We will have another look. I think it's near the front. I don't go there. I think it's at the front. I'm sure it's sort of like sitting on. Yeah, we'll have another look. Yeah, we'll find it another time, perhaps. I'm not worried. I just wanted to do something different. So we bought a land. We're down to 162,256. This brings back memories. It does, although the plants and that are quite completely different. I've got to be honest. It's really is gorgeous. Very, very nice. Gonna have to check my graphics settings to make sure that FS25's knocked them back down to full HD, because it did do that once before. Yeah, the base game ones are really quite. Expensive for very little back. Right, we're going to go for the 155,000 one. It's going to strip us of pretty much every penny we own. I'm just saying that on Hutan Pantai we bought the 750,000 one. I really sort of did a minute. I want this one to be different. I want this one to be a real struggle. Still on hard economy, but that's going to do as well in the long run. But it's still terrible, really. It's 13,000 a month is not, although it's not bad. It's not bad. It is hard economy though. I don't think you ever get anything like that. It's about 4 or 5. It's almost like you get half of what it says on there. So yeah, I am going to put it on B mode in a minute because I cannot get it to be on there without it ruining the total field. We don't want that. We want it to be the farmyard. So that does mean that some of these fields I'm actually quite familiar with. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it fit. But yeah, it's all in the middle of the field where you're going to waste all of your... Yeah, you can't delete that little shed anymore either. You can't open it. I can't remember if you could before, but you can't delete it either, which surprises me because you could before. There's quite that going on at the minute. There's a lot of this land is restricted and stuff like that, where you just cannot do things. On yeah, land is not owned by you. Where it is, you can see even the wires are in it. But right, so we're in business down to 7,256. We've got some assets. We've got some trees. So we could chop trees. We need it anyway because of the yard. But obviously you can see a lot of them are little spindlies. We've also got no vehicle, and we haven't got any like well, we haven't got any cheap trailers either. So I think we may have to do contracts, a little bit of contracts really. What I'm going to do next is, obviously there is no sleep anywhere, although I did try to make it work. I did try to, but the lure commands is slightly different. So although it accepts it as a mod, and it does even say it's not it says it's loaded it, the commands to the lure levels obviously crafted differently in FS25, so it doesn't work. Yeah. Obviously you're allowed to do this sort of thing for yourself as long as I don't publish it. It is all Ian 898's work, and I am not trying to steal it, but I was trying to make it work for myself, just as a bit of a project really. Right, so then what we're doing now is I'm going to say my words, we're going to go straight the way through, all the way through the night, and see the tick-ups. And yeah, I'm going to time lapse this because this is what we had to do before, and then September morning we're going to do some contracts, and then when we've got hopefully a tractor and a trailer, we are going to chop these trees down because we do need to clear the yard ready to do some farming. Although I suppose the yard's a work in progress now. I've bought the chainsaw, or I'm about to. I can't remember if I've just bought it. I'm too busy chatting to you. So right, anyway, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, yeah, last 2 minutes of the recording. We bought our chainsaw, and next session we are going to do some contracts. The chopping down of the trees, although we are going to do that, we really need to get some money back up. Now you can see it went up from 7,002 to 8,005, so 1,300. Not an awful lot of cash, but I don't want this to be just about me sitting and watching the world go by. I want this to be as much as possible us actually doing something. But we do also need to use mechanics to our advantage. So we do need a caravan. 55,000 is what they are. There is no cheap option presently, and I can't get in 898's FS22 mod to work in FS25. So it's saving up for a 55 grand caravan once the contracts dry out. So I'm going to hit the contracts. I am going to time lapse them, but I am going to show everything, but I am going to time lapse it so you don't have to laboriously watch through it. And as I always frequently say, it's a record to prove, it's a video log of how I do on the farm. I don't expect you to watch everything, but if you wanted to check that I'm not cheating, you will see everything unless I lose a recording. That's the only time that won't be true. So yeah, nearly 1 more minute to go. Yeah, this is us looking at contracts. You can see the prices are really quite awful, but the fields are small, so we could. I've also, this is going to involve a bit of testing because I don't know the contract rules in FS25, whether you can lease the equipment, or because Giant seems to have tightened up on this. We all know you could borrow the equipment from one cultivator contract. I did this at Hallbedder on FS22 to great effect. So is this still a thing, or can you only have it for the contract that it's allowed? That I'm quite intrigued to see. Right, anyway, yes, I hope you'll join me on the next session where we're going to do something a little bit different. So although it's been done before, not quite like this, so hopefully you'll join me next session. Goodbye for now.